What's going on, guys? All right. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Thursday. All right. Let's see what we got here going on. Here. There we go. All right. Hey, guys. My name is Chris. I'm the CEO here at Leeloo. And welcome to the Chris Show. How you doing, Driz? Hope you're doing well. All right. What a day. And still a day. So it looks like we still have issues with Rhythmic. We're waiting to hear back from them. I know there's a couple options to look at. You can log in, switching the what do you call that? I can't remember what's called. The gateway. Instead of using Chicago, you can use any other one. Try that. It worked for some people, but it may not work for all. I would suggest to kind of just wait. It's not officially up. I haven't heard back yet from Rhythmic, so officially it's not up yet, up and running. So I would say just wait on that. So let's see what's going on here. Why is this not? All right, let me lock this in here. Okay, there we go. All right, all right. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we got Idris in the house. Thanks for being here. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me okay. What's going on, Hatham? Good to see you. John Q says, hi, Chris. Is Rhythman back up? Not yet. I'm still waiting to hear back. Um, Rebecca says, hello. How you doing, Rebecca? George says, good evening, all. Sniper says, hey. Momentum Trader says, hello, folks. George, we had a fun tape reading yesterday. Rad Poker, just wait. Um, Hamed says, hello. What's going on, Mr. Insky? Sniper, George, kudos to Momentum Trader for calling some nice price targets. Nice. Prolong wealth. Good evening. All right, what's going on, guys? All right, good to see everyone. Um, yeah, fun day today. So, all right. I've been getting a lot of emails and people asking about supply and demand zones, and I thought we did a pretty good video on it. So I don't know if anybody here tonight has any questions about supply and demand zones, or at least the ones that I use and how I use them and how I identify those. Just like always, be sure you check out the risk disclosure and just know that you're responsible for everything you do, including your own trades. And like always, don't trade money you don't have. Don't be that guy. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. We are going to extend the flash sale because of all the stuff going on today. So you still got into tomorrow, but I would just wait. Don't buy it tonight. Just wait until tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get some more news once we hear back from Rhythmic. And but just save the code here. You can check that out. If you didn't get a chance to buy it today, no worries. You'll have Friday, April the 21st to buy it as well. And tomorrow we might come out with some other stuff as well. Okay, let's see here. All right, if you already haven't already done so, we'll appreciate if you hit that like button. Thumbs up all the way. Appreciate it. Um, and like I said, no, our trader is not officially back. So I would just wait. We haven't heard back. So I'm gonna put Momentum Trader in charge of letting people. So anybody that asks if our trader is back, Momentum Trader, you're in charge of responding to that. So I don't have to repeat it like 1,000 times. So that's funny. All right, let's see what's going on today here. All right. Oh, pretty slow day right now. Let's see how things went today. So let's see here. Where are we? So this is the M&Q 1 minute candles here. All right. So let's see what happened today. Anything exciting? Oh, wow. Okay. A little bit of excitement going on here. All right. Okay. Going pretty sideways up to that. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Every time I start studying something, I get kind of quiet. All right. So let's see here. Yep. All right. Nice little rally back, and then made a time high over there. Oh, it looks like it touched our blue lines, right at the blue lines up there. All right. So interesting for sure. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, let me know if anybody. All right. How does the accelerator work? Um. Okay. How does the accelerator work? Good question. So there's two ways to the accelerator. Okay. There's two ways to get to the accelerator. All right. Let me pull this up real quick for you guys here. All right. Okay. So you could buy the Glide account right here, and the Glide, um, when you buy it, if you qualify, you're gonna get the accelerator account. All right. Or there's another way of doing it. You can buy any other account. If you qualify, you're gonna have the option to select the investor or accelerator. Okay. But let's say you select the 50K account here. All right. And if you select investor, I'm sorry, if you qualify and you select the accelerator, you're going to get $100,000 account with two full contracts, 20 micros. So the same as the kind of the Glide. So you're not going to get a $50,000 a contract account. But you may be thinking, well, why would I do that? Well, good question, and I don't know why, except for that when you trade, um, if you get the accelerator and you bought the 50K, you qualify with the 50K, and you select the accelerator, you can scale up, and you just have to take a small pause at the 8 contracts. So once you get to 8 contracts, you have to take a 60-day pause from scaling up, not from trading, but from scaling up. Okay. So you may do that because you may say, "Oh, I want to qualify with a bigger account, or more contracts, and a larger drawdown." But once I get to my PA, I want to do a static drawdown of 625. So, so yeah. Also, I would not, just to avoid any confusion, just to be clear, I'm not going to be answering any questions. You have to email us regarding Rhythmic and the Rhythmic issue. Email us support@leelooTrading.com. So not going to answer any specific questions about accounts here to avoid any confusion or misunderstanding. So we will address those by the email. So be sure you email us support@leelooTrading.com. Um, and be sure you provide your Rhythmic ID and all your information and what's going on, and our team will get back to you as soon as we can. So I just want to give you that option there. All right, so yeah, so that person that asked about Sniper about the accelerator, if you go to support and if you click knowledge base and you go to the accelerator here, you can see that whether you qualified um, from the Glide or a regular account, you can scale over time. Once you meet certain profit targets, you can scale and increase your contract sizes. Okay. Um, Obviously, it would take time, and that's a static drawdown. So the accelerator gives you a static drawdown of 625. All right. There are two phases to that, so I would suggest you read this, Sniper, and if you haven't read it already, uh, be sure um, you do. And if you still got questions, let me know. Okay. All right. So let's see what we got going on here. How do you identify correct zones? What do you mean by correct zones? You mean like supply and demand zones? Me, when I try to identify zones, I end up every candle is zone is not respected. Andres, can you clarify what do you mean by correct zones? Do you mean supply and demand zones, or do you mean the supply and demand zones that I use? For example, if you can clarify that, that would be great. Just to be sure I'm on the same page here. All right. And guys, I think I'm losing my voice again. I don't know what's going on. So sorry about that. I need to stop pulling all nighters. Okay. Let's see. Trader Joe says, "I wish you all would extend the 150 activation until May, or make it permanent." Well, right now it's until end of April, so we'll see. But thank you for your comment. Thank you, Momentum Trader. Appreciate it. So until I get the official email from our trader, like I said, there's people that are some people are able to log in, some cannot. And so until I hear officially from Rhythmic, I would not make it the official call. So, like I said, I was able to log in with under the European gateway. So just try different things, but we'll wait until Rhythmic lets us know that the issue has been resolved. Once we find out, we'll let you know. Okay. Mm. All right. Let's see here. John Q says, "Okay, I have a question about Rhythmic." Yep, I already answered that. So be sure you email us, John. Let's see if permanent will be. Okay, Trader Joe, thank you. Man of Trader, thank you. Um, let's see. All right. Yeah, and if you haven't used the Leeloo app, that's be something to for sure use. Okay. Uh, okay. Andres says supply and demand zones. Okay. All right. So supply and demand zones. Let's talk. There are two types. Okay. Now again, this is the way I do it. The way I understand there may be people that do it a different way. So I'm just talking about the way I do it. All right. So there are two types of supply and demand zones. Do you guys know what type of supply and demand zones they are? There's two types of supply and demand zones. Does anyone know which two types they are? All right. So two types of the supply and demand zones. What are they? All right. I'm going to ask Adris if you can let us know if you know there are two types of supply and demand zones. Do you know? Let's see. Yeah, Adris, do you know what kind of what two types of supply and demand zones are there? Or does anybody know? From what I've talked about, again, I don't know. Maybe there's a bunch of different ones from everybody else, but from what I've talked about, do you guys know? Let's see here. Alex says, "How do you have data? I thought the Rhythmic is down." This is not Rhythmic. This is my personal account. All right, Rob Poker doesn't know. Okay, so Rob Poker, I think you saw my supply and demand some video, so you probably don't remember. So let's see if Idris remembers. If he does, support and resistance. No. Internal, external supply and demand zones. Oh, okay. Yeah, traditional. There's a traditional zone, and then there's the hidden zone. Now, again, by the way, I'm not saying prolonged wealth and momentum. I'm not saying you guys are wrong in any means, but I'm talking about the way I trade and based on my supply and demand zones. So I'm just going based on my definition. So in no way am I telling you guys you're wrong, and maybe in uh, the way you guys know supply and demand zones. But in my world, um, Leo, I'm still waiting until I get an email from Rhythmic. Um, I That's when I know it's official. Just because, like I was saying, Leo, um, not there's some people that can log in, some can't. So I'm just gonna wait for an email from Rhythmic to let us know. So just because don't want to say it's all clear, then it's not. So yeah, so there's a traditional zone and then there's a hidden zone. Okay, a traditional zone. There's a couple more rules to it. The easiest one to identify, um, it's the hidden zone. Believe it or not, you would think it will be not because of the name hidden zone. But let's look at this one here, for example. This is a hidden zone. What defines a hidden zone? A hidden zone simply has to be at any candle, any size, it can look any way possible, that is engulfed by the previous or post candle. So in this case, this candle here is engulfed by the previous candle. Okay. So that's a hidden zone, and you can find them quite a bit. One of the things that people don't understand, and I've mentioned a couple times, is that not all zones are equal. Okay, so just because there are some zones um, there, it doesn't mean that it's equally as good as other zones. So, which is important to understand the market structure. It's important to look at uh, multiple time zones in this. So, what do I mean? Well, if we're in a downtrend, you know, you want to typically, and the way I trade, I typically want to go with the move. So I will be looking for shorts instead of longs going into certain zones. Also, you may see a rejection, but it may be just a temporary rejection from that candle, that zone. Okay. One of the other things I talk about is the push outside of that zone determines how strong that zone is. Okay. If the push out of that zone is a weak push and it's temporary, short lived, it's going to be a weaker zone compared to a zone that had a stronger push coming out of that area. All right. So, another thing to consider is the time of day you trade. Supply and demand zones typically are best respected during the day, specifically around, let's talk in Eastern time, around 11 o'clock Eastern to about, so let's see, Central is 9. So 10, yeah, so 10 Eastern to about 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock Eastern. Okay. So about an hour or two is the ideal, what I've noticed, when they respect the most. Now, it happens all the time and they get respected all the time. But there's different values at what level they get respected. And understanding the market structure is going to help you best understand when to take a trade and when not to take a trade. Okay. So if you notice that if we're in a sideways market, that's going to be tougher. If you notice that we're in a downtrend, you want to look for shorts. If we're in an uptrend, you want to look for longs. You also want to realize that 1 minute candles is going to give you a less a more determined spot within the candle, but the ideal candle to look at is a 5 minute candle. So that's why I think it's important to have at least more than one monitor. So at the very least, after you looked at the big picture, you can at least have a 1 minute and 5 minute candles if you're gonna trade the way I trade. Because the 5 minute candles, let me see if I can switch here. Okay. Now it's gonna move a lot slower. Okay. So let me go from here. Let's see if we can find, this is 5 minutes. Let's see what we got here today here. Yeah, very nice. Okay. So a lot of this is, obviously it's hard to tell, of when they got created and triggered. This is actually a traditional zone. So we're not going to talk about that. Here is a hidden zone, as you can see right here. And the reason it doesn't go all the way is because, as you can tell, once it's triggered, it stops moving forward. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So right here, this hidden zone, price takes off and it closes. So you have to have the zone become active first, or in other words, be activated. Once it becomes activated, um, and if you can tell, we're actually on a up move. We're creating little random patterns. This candle comes here, it opens, it touches the zone, and it takes off. All right. So if you're in an uptrend and you're looking for a zone to go with the move, you want to go with that long, and that could be a good entry. Maybe it didn't pick you up. Maybe you would have missed that trade. No problem. So this is 5 minutes. So what the 1 minute's going to do is going to help you even control your losses even less. So you will overlap that zone with a 1 minute candles and maybe get a better entry within that zone. So maybe you saw that the better entry was at 13,138.75, and then you could have gone there and you could risk less. All right. So a hidden zone is any zone that is engulfed by the previous or post candle. You need to have the any candle after that, it needs to close outside of that to activate it. So right here, it's not activated yet because it closed inside this candle. So it needs to close outside. Now it becomes active, and now it's potentially eligible to be used. But the question is just because it's eligible doesn't mean you use it. It's not always. So if this is in an uptrend and we're moving up, you may look for a long here. Okay. If you notice, uh, when this was being created, I would bet that this candle here had some sort of rejection out of it, but it was a temporary rejection before they broke through it. They had probably a short rejection out of this, and then they kept going, right? So just because there's a zone there doesn't mean they're not going to break through it. What that zone is going to allow you to do is to look for an entry. So let's say if we're in a down move, you wait for them to break it because it's already been used to go long. So now you can flip it to be a supply zone. And here you would have missed a trade because you can see here this wick doesn't come quite into the zone. So it's a little short of the zone. So that's another trade we would have missed. Okay. But it's just something to understand, consider. So it's overlapping zones um, that has that I think plays a key role in that and understanding. So once you watch it, just don't trade. Just watch. Don't try to trade it. Just sit there and watch and create the zones. Draw out the zones. So draw out the 5 minute zones and draw out the 1 minute zones. And but most importantly, I would say draw out the 5 minute zones. Watch it as price comes in. Watch volume, watch price action, watch the direction of the market, and that's gonna help you realize, okay, that's a good zone. Okay, that was respected. Okay, this is why it was respected. oh no, this was not respected. That makes sense. Okay, and sometimes it just doesn't make sense, and that's fine. That's when you lose a trade, and that's part of the game. If you've been keeping up with my trades, I think I've traded 3 days, maybe four, on the 50K account. We got our full drawdown available. I think we're up a couple $100, and yeah, I had 2 days of I think losing trades, or one full day of losing trades. I think I took two losing trades, lost $50, no big deal. The next day I lost I think two trades, and then I had one winning trade, something like that, and then I ended up the day positive, and we got our full drawdown available. So we're taking very small risks for a large reward for the way I'm doing it. And so using supply and demand zone and market structure, right? That's how that's what I tend to do. Now, if I don't have the trailing drawdown, if I have it locked in, then I can hold trades longer and not be worried about the trailing drawdown. But while I have the trailing drawdown, I have to adjust my trading for that. That's just part of the game, and I've done it, and many of you do it. And if you can't adjust, then you can't play the game. So, all right, let's see where we left off here. Leo says, okay, yeah, I haven't heard from Rhythmic yet, so I will once I hear from Rhythmic. They're working on it, so they're probably putting people up. So hopefully it'll be fixed pretty soon here. Okay, thank you, Rat Poker, for letting people know. Trade together. Uh, Mr. Yinsky, is that from? Is it Jinsky? Jansky? Um, got the official notification. Rhythmic now it's up. Okay. Lily restored the account that was blown up today. Like I said, just read. Thank you, Rat Poker. Appreciate it. TX, hey, what's going on? Thanks for hanging out. All right. Fun day. Yeah, so what's going on with you guys? Yeah, so if you emailed us, just wait. There will be a response eventually. You can imagine we have quite a bit of tickets. Um, so yeah, just be patient. I appreciate it. Thank you. So thank you, Rat Poker. Appreciate the support there. So yeah, what's going on with you guys? Anything exciting? Today is Thursday, so thirsty Thursdays, I believe. A lot of exciting stuff. So yeah, today was pretty wild. But yeah, it's just another day at work. So yeah, how you guys been doing this week though? Overall, yeah, that's great. Well, good, good. All right. TX, how's the weather up in Maryland? So I know that down in Montana they're getting hit pretty hard with some good weather. So, oh, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, just nice. Little sideways. Not the most exciting right there this time of day. I'll kick it up here in about an hour though. Ready for the weekend, Rap Poker? What's going on, Chris B? Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about my voice. I just need to do less talking. I am happy to announce my. Uh, I haven't been able to get with him yet, but my unofficial co-host, Chris. So it's gonna be Chris with Chris. The what's his name? He goes by the NQ King. He doesn't like that. He's very humble actually, and I mess with him. I call him the NQ King all the time. So and yeah, and so he will be hosting with me. We just have to. I got to work some stuff out, so I'm excited about that. Let's see. Let's see. I want to get the $10 25K, but don't want to pay 250. Hey, the good news is you don't have to pay 250. You can pay the monthly fee of $88 a month. It's a great option. So especially if you're in a tight budget, or if you don't tend to hold PAs for a long time, it's a great way to start out. Andrew says thanks. Now a 5 minute chart is shows zone clearly. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't. My bad. I shouldn't done it on the 1 minute. I didn't learn on the 1 minute. I learned on the 5 minutes, so that's just going to be a lot easier. In fact, the bigger the zone, the time frames, the probably the easier it is to see them and to watch it. It's just going to be a little more boring. But yeah, just great on that here. So, um, and there's a yeah, just a lot of fun, just a lot of drawing. So be sure you take your time to draw those out. Let's see where I left off. Yeah, Leo, you can't have nothing. You can't even have a little evaluation qualification. TX says my trading day was boring. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I didn't trade today. I did I trade yesterday? I think I did trade yesterday. I didn't trade today, but man, this week has just kind of been crazy. Yeah, TX. I'm at the Ocean City for the weekend. Oh, okay, all right. Ocean City. That's Oh my gosh. Is that Virginia? Hold on, let me think. Ocean City. Is that the pier up in Virginia? Um, gosh, now I can't. That's it, Jersey, in Jersey. Is that Jersey? TX. I think it's Jersey. Yeah, I think it's Jersey. I'm pretty sure now. All right. Well, yeah, I think it's. Oh man, yeah, TX. Let me know if that's Jersey. I can't remember now. Oh, I do need to take a trip up there. So, all right. Well, guys, I probably need to go back to work. Um, they're telling me I need to go back to work. I haven't heard from Rhythmic. Have you? Once we hear back, we'll be sure to put up a post and send out an email. Um, let's see. George Castro says, "This is my first time here. Hey, welcome, George. Thanks for hanging out with us. Um, appreciate you. Um, it looks good. I understand a little English, but I try every day to learn more and even more if it's with trading. That's good to know, George. Welcome and thanks for being here. Andreas says today is holiday. Okay. Charles, there's an Ocean City in Maryland, New Jersey. Okay, all right. See, I wasn't off, but I don't know where I came up with Virginia. Um, okay, all right. Yeah. Well, I need to probably go back to work and handle some tickets and stuff, and some other stuff we're working on. And yeah, I just didn't trade today, but so it would have been nice to um, been able to trade and talk a little bit about more trading. So yeah. So I'm excited. I did speak to BK yesterday. BK is my mentor. And he was at a couple baseball games today, so he wasn't able to join us today. But we may do. He may be able to join us, working around his baseball schedule throughout the week. So we may meet like a different time of the week. I don't want to do like a pre-recorded message. That way you guys can ask questions. So I think we're gonna do a live session, but it may not be on a Thursday. It may be like on a Tuesday or something. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you would join us if we when we do that. I think it'll be a lot of fun for sure. So be in the lookout for that. And if you signed up for the stocks, um, depending on how things go with Rhythmic, we may not start that tomorrow. We may start Monday. Nevertheless, you may see the setup, those stocks set up in your account in Rhythmic. So if you see them, just kind of hold on to them, wait until you get some instructions. You should have already received an email from us. about kind of how the stocks work and how to get how to start trading those. We just haven't set those up yet, just because of all the stuff going on today. So if you signed up for that, thank you so much. I think we have about 17 people that are going to be doing the beta testing for our stocks. I'm pretty excited about that. So thank you for doing that and hanging out with us regarding that aspect. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, man, I need more water. Gosh, this is why I need that. I need Chris here. Yeah. So cool. TXS Ocean City, Maryland. Cool. All right. Cool, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out and probably go work on some tickets. And so I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Be on the lookout tomorrow. Once Rhythmic gets resolved, we'll probably do a couple of flash sales tomorrow, in addition to what we did today, in addition to what we're doing today. So whatever we got going on today, we're gonna move that to tomorrow also, and we'll do some additional. We might do some additional flash sales. So kind of be hanging out with that. Um, so appreciate you guys. Yeah, let me just close this here. All right. Oh man, trading at this time is rough. Oh, quite slow. Oh yeah, we're in the 5 minutes. Okay. Nice little potential running pattern here. We'll see what happens there. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out. Shoot us. Remember, if you have any questions, shoot us an email at support@leelootrade.com. Be patient. We're probably backed up with quite a bit of emails. Um, and yeah, what does that say? Please send us notification below because show starts. Yeah, I will. So you guys agree, right? Do a live show. It's gonna be better. Wouldn't you say? Instead of for BK, instead of doing a pre-recorded, that way you guys can ask questions in real time. I think so, right? Ooh. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. So we'll give it a try, and hopefully we got a good turnout. Make it worthwhile. So I know that he really enjoyed it. So, but anyways, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna kick it. I hope you guys have a good day. Again, thanks for showing up tonight. Sorry for keeping it short, but got a lot of work to go do. So I better go do that. That's a priority for sure. And yeah, life is better. Yeah, life is best. Yeah, for sure. So we'll see. I just have to work around his baseball schedule. So, it's kind of insane to have a lot of games. But yeah, I will do that. Thank you so much, guys. All right, on behalf of everyone here at Leeloo, hope you guys have a great day.